two pills. Same ingredient. Same dose. One costs $12. The other costs $120. So which one is your doctor secretly telling you not to buy? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your pharmacist isn't always explaining, and it could save you thousands of dollars a year. Let's break down the truth about generic versus brand name medicine. It happens to almost everyone. You're at the pharmacy counter, and the pharmacist asks, generic or brand name? Most of us just shrug and pick whichever one is cheaper, without knowing what we're actually choosing between. A brand name drug is the original. A pharmaceutical company spends years, sometimes over a decade, and hundreds of millions of dollars discovering it, testing it, and proving it's safe. In return, they get a patent, the exclusive right to sell it and set the price. Once that patent expires, usually after 20 years, other companies are legally allowed to make the exact same medicine. That copy is called a generic. No new research needed, because the hard science was already done. So here's the real question this video is built to answer. If the active ingredient is legally required to be the same, are these two pills actually, truly identical? In the US, generics don't just need the same active ingredient, they must prove something called bioequivalence. That means the drug enters your bloodstream at essentially the same rate and to the same extent as the brand name version. Regulators require the generic's absorption into the body to fall within 80 to 125% of the brand versions, a strict statistical range. In practice, most approved generics land within just a few percentage points of the original. By law, the active ingredient, the part that actually treats your condition, must be chemically identical. Same strength, same dosage form, same intended use. That part is non-negotiable. If the medicine itself is identical, what explains the price gap? The answer lies in the inactive ingredients, the fillers, binders, dyes, and coatings that don't treat your illness but shape the pill. That's why a generic pill might be a different color, shape, or size than the brand version. Manufacturers are allowed to use their own inactive ingredients, as long as they don't affect how the drug works. Brand name prices aren't just profit. They're recovering the cost of research, clinical trials involving thousands of patients, regulatory approval, and massive marketing campaigns, cost generic makers never have to pay. Once a patent expires, multiple companies rush in to manufacture the same drug. That competition, not lower quality, is what drives generic prices down, sometimes by 80 to 90%. Here's something most people don't know: many generics are manufactured in the exact same facilities, sometimes on the exact same production line, as the brand name drug. Occasionally, the brand company even makes its own generic version, called an authorized generic. In the US, the FDA inspects generic manufacturing plants using the same quality standards as brand name facilities. Generic drugs must pass the same purity, strength, and safety testing before they ever reach a shelf. But not every case is simple. For a small number of drugs, ones with a very narrow safety margin, like certain thyroid, seizure, or blood-thinning medications, even tiny absorption differences can matter more, and doctors sometimes prefer consistency. This is exactly why your doctor or pharmacist is your best resource. For the vast majority of medications, switching to generic is considered safe and effective. For a handful of specific drugs, they may recommend sticking with one version consistently. It's also worth knowing that regulatory strictness isn't identical worldwide. Countries like the US, the UK, and those in the EU enforce rigorous bioequivalence testing. But standards can vary elsewhere, which is worth researching if you're buying medicine internationally. Interestingly, studies on perception show some patients report brand name drugs more effective, even when the chemistry is identical. Packaging, price, and expectation can quietly shape how we experience treatment. So let's bust the biggest myth head-on: generic means weaker or lower quality. For the overwhelming majority of medications, this simply isn't true. It's the same medicine, held to the same legal standard, sold at a fairer price. So what should you actually do? Ask your pharmacist if your specific medication is one where consistency matters. For everything else, choosing generic is one of the easiest ways to cut your healthcare costs without cutting quality. Same active ingredient. Same legal standard. A fraction of the price. That's the truth about generic medicine, no myths, just facts. If this saved you money or cleared up confusion for someone you love, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because next time, we're breaking down another health myth almost nobody explains properly.